Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here, and welcome to Mornings with 60 and Me. Today is Saturday, it's January the 7th. So welcome to the first weekend in the new year. So I hope you're doing great. I'm drinking my sweet chai today. It's a lovely, it's a black tea, and it's got lots of very exotic Indian spices in it. So it's a lovely, refreshing, spicy tea to start the weekend. But I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for being here, and that you've got a cup of tea or coffee. And let's just go through the weekend and what you've got planned, and give you some thoughts on how to really appreciate, who you are and what you're making the choices to do this weekend. Over the week we've talked about, travel, we've talked about money, reinvention, we've talked about love and dating, all kinds of things. But, they're kind of things that are big questions, and I think sometimes we forget to just reflect simply on ourselves and who we are, what we love about our lives, and how to be amazing in our choices that we make. We have a really great blogger. Her name is Joan Moran, and she wrote this article called 10 Questions to Help You Measure Your Amazing Self. And not that we have to measure everything, but it's just to know when we're doing things for us and things that we enjoy and love to do. So I hope you're having a great weekend, and that these little tips give you some suggestions. So first thing is, are you making your life more complicated than it needs to be? I think we overthink sometimes. I certainly do, make things far more complicated than they need to be. I think the choices sometimes are very, very simple, and we just overcomplicate. So that's the first question. Are you overcomplicating your life? To lighten up a bit. Simplicity is actually the new luxury, so I think that's important to remember. The next question that she suggests you ask yourself is, how good is your ability to say no? I've got better at this over the years. I was always a yes person. Everything I said I tried to please everybody. And I still am happy to make people happy, but I do know how to say no now. When something comes up or someone asks me something and I really don't want to do it, or I haven't got the time, I'm learning how to say no. And I think that's a powerful word when it's used appropriately. I think yes is a great word too, but I think sometimes no is good. Next thing is, are you going about the business of being you every day? Are you doing things every day that define who you are and not define what someone else thinks you are? I think it's really important to not let people influence you about who you are, what your beliefs are, but to try to stay true to yourself. Simple thing, but I think it's really a good exercise. Next question is, are you stretching your mind daily? Are you doing something to, just push those brain cells? Are you doing some puzzles? Are you reading? Are you doing maybe studying a new language? Are you going the different way to the shops, or brushing your teeth with the opposite hand? Just something to stretch your mind. And so sometimes when it's hard, like you think that you're doing something that's like difficult because you've never done it before, just know that however you've shown up, you've done it. That's what makes your brain stretch. So that's a good thing. Another question is, do you make good choices? I think this is one of those pieces of advice that I give to everyone. It's just such an important thing, is the choices you make in your life are so significant. And the more mindful you make the decisions, the better. So when you make a decision, do I want this or this? Just rather than just instinctually making the choice, ask yourself, why did I choose that? What was the reason? And reinforce it. It's really important to be authentic in your decisions. Another thing is, do you start your day thinking about you? I know that sounds like a simple, maybe a selfish thing, but I mean, you love everybody. I know we're all trying to be so kind and helpful, but do you wake up every day just thinking about you? Just how blessed you are and how lucky you are to be on this planet, and just how fortunate you are and how fortunate they are to have you in their lives. Be a little bit selfish sometimes. Another question is, do you experience the joy of achievement? Do you really like, when you do something really, really well, do you say, good, that's great, you really honestly should be proud of yourself. That was something that you did really, really well. And just don't say, oh, well, it's what I do, it's my skill. Just be super grateful and excited about what you've done. I think that's pretty cool. Be responsive to your amazing self, as Joan says. Another thing to ask yourself is, do you begin with an attitude of success? Begin the day with an attitude of success. With clarity, focus. Maybe you make notes. I always make lists of things I'm going to do today. And that gives me a chance to sort of start the day with a success lens, that I'm going to do something really, really well. Even if I don't do it very well, I start thinking that I'm going to. I think that's important. Another question to ask yourself is, do you have passion in your life? Do you just feel like you just are so energetic and enthusiastic about your world? And I know I'm just being mischeerful here today, and maybe you're not feeling so hot today. Perhaps you don't feel very well. Perhaps you've got something on your mind. I'm not saying you have to be like, Pollyanna about life. It's tough. I mean, I know that. But I'm just saying that if you can start your day with doing something that you're passionate about, and you keep that going through the day, it can help a lot. And and maybe if you're feeling a bit down today, there's a chance to find happiness and find passion. Just make it your intention, and then that's your amazing self will come beaming out. I know it's tough sometimes though. And the final thing is, do you keep an open heart during the day? We've talked about this before, about giving people compliments, about doing a sort of something that you really didn't need to do, but you just took that extra step. Maybe paid for someone's coffee in the coffee shop, or in the line there where you drive up at Starbucks. Have you done something really, really lovely for someone, given them a gift of yourself? I think it's really important to just take 10 minutes every day to just celebrate yourself and celebrate other people in your life. Did you call your kids and tell them that you love them, that you felt that you're proud of their accomplishments? Or did you call a friend and say, hope you're feeling better? You were feeling down last week when we spoke. Have you just done something for your grandchildren or some kids in the neighborhood? Maybe you volunteered, or just, I'm not trying to make it. You can just sit home and read a book and do absolutely nothing today. That would be totally fine too. But it's just to have that sense of compassion in your heart. Okay, well, that's 60 and Me, Mornings with 60 and Me today. I'd love you to tell a friend about us. We're at 60andme.com/mornings, and have them join. Then you can have a chat afterwards about the topic that we choose. And if you've got any ideas for things and themes that you'd like us to report on and talk about, just leave those in the comment section below. I'm always open to ideas that are going to stimulate conversation and start your day with a smile. Okay, everyone. So I just would like to ask you, what do you have passion for in your life? Just leave your comments in the section below and let's have a conversation. What do you have passion for in your life? I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting conversation. So look, have a wonderful day, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow on Mornings with 60 and Me. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.